It's the following day, and it is almost 8 o'clock. I'm about to have breakfast. Hey guys, uh, so I when I woke up, I've actually so we're gonna have breakfast, okay? Let me update you guys on what's been going on. Hey guys, if you're new here, hi, my name is Priscilla Savage. I'm an indie author, a ghostwriter, and a book editor. And right now I have 5 books out currently on Amazon and one book on my website that is still being posted. I'm trying to adjust my phone stand. Ah. But when I woke, I'm sorry guys, when I woke up this morning, I actually wanted to start working. I didn't want to, like do anything else and then work later. So yesterday, I don't remember what I told you guys yesterday, but I think it was something along the lines of beginning the third draft of my dad's best friend romance. So that's what we're doing. Yesterday I was able to finish the copy and paste, and when I woke up this morning I wanted to look at my character sheet and just to kind of familiarize myself with my characters, and just adjusting a few things. So what I was doing was adjusting and reading and just kind of getting to just to kind of familiarize myself with that, so that way going into the third draft I can kind of know what to expect from my characters. And so that was what I was doing this morning. I ended up changing a few things. I ended up removing a character that I just didn't think she was serving the plot. It just didn't make sense to have her. It just felt like she was forced to be in there, and I didn't want that to happen. So I ended up removing a character, and I'm contemplating on removing another one, just because like if they're not serving the plot. I mean, I know the side characters are supposed to have. Normally they're supposed to have their own goals, but it has to somehow serve the plot. It has to somehow help the story, and if it doesn't, then they're just there. They could be a good main character for another book, or for a spin-off or something. But like if they're not serving this plot, I don't see any reason why they should be there. So that was why I removed. Initially, I wanted my main female character to have. By the way, all of the links to my books are in the description box below. I don't know if I said that. I don't think I did. But initially, I wanted my main female character to have 2 friends. One is like the actual best friend, and the other one is a friend, but not as close because she lives like far away from my main character. But when I removed her, I decided to keep the best friend, the actual best friend, who's with her, and then who's with her in this present moment. And then the other friend, I decided to take her out, but I will still mention her. I'm just not going to show her on the page. At least not, as far as I know, I don't think I'm going to show her on the page. She might end up coming in later on if the plot needs it. But I took her out, and she's going to have a mention more than once, because she's the stepsister of my main female character's best friend, if that makes sense. So I think she's going to have a mention or two, but she does not have to be on the page, because she's really just not serving the plot. I just need my main female character and her best friend. Her best friend is very important in the plot. So I'm like, okay, there's no point having this extra character if they're not really going to serve the plot. They're just there because they're just there. So, and guys, I'm sorry, I'm not showing you. I'm only showing you my face because right now, yeah, we're not, I'm dressed, but, I can't show you anything else. So, but I'm going to go sit down soon. I just want to update you guys. We're still waiting on, my narrator and I, we're still waiting on ACX to get back to us on the audiobook for Awolowo Most Beautiful. Got some onions and garlic and ginger. So still waiting on that. I've been checking my emails just to make sure I don't miss any. And I've been checking Amazon to see if the audiobook is there, because normally if they do accept it, it's going to appear on the Amazon, the book's product page on Amazon. The audiobook is going to be there for people to go ahead and buy, or get the audiobook. So I've been checking that, and I will check my email every now and then, because I don't want to miss any emails. So I ended up not sending the newsletter. I think I just forgot. Like, I had it on my phone to set a newsletter, but when the alarm rang, for some reason, I just didn't remember to do it. So I have to send that newsletter today, because I want them to get, as a matter of fact, after breakfast, I'm going to do that. I'll just send it. I don't think it's too early. I think people are going to still get it later on during the day. So I'm going to send that newsletter. I have to send that newsletter. I just have to send that newsletter about my audiobook to my mailing list. So I'm going to do that after breakfast. I'm just going to have breakfast and clean up a little bit, and then send that newsletter and shower, and probably come back to do more writing, and then maybe stopping for a while and doing other things, because I have other things I have to do that are equally as important. So I just want to update you guys. Right now, the third draft is going well. After looking at my character sheet and just fixing a few things, I feel more acquainted with my characters now. And I'm just excited to move forward. And so it's been going well. I ended up rewriting the first chapter. I'm not even done with it yet. I'm not done with the first chapter. But I ended up having to rewrite the first chapter because I just thought the previous one just wasn't doing it. Like, it wasn't showing the motivations of my main female character, and she's the main character of this book. The main female character and the main character of this book. So I really wanted the first chapter to show the motivations, show, introduce the conflict, and just at the beginning, so people can just, so my readers can really, yes, relate to her, but also begin to root for her from the get-go. And so I think this chapter is doing it. I know that I'm still going to go back and refine it and make sure it's the voice is consistent. The main character's voice is consistent. Because I feel like with changing some things in the first chapter, of course, naturally, I'm going to have to, in later chapters, make sure that the voice and tone of my main female character is still consistent, because we don't want her sounding like one thing in the first chapter, and then in subsequent chapters she's like completely different. Unless, of course, there's a character change, which there is going to be a character change, but I want to make sure that there is consistency, even in the character change. It is like, it's going to be obvious that, she is changing, but I want to make sure it's still consistent, and even the change that happens later on is believable, So I like this one, this updated first chapter for the third draft. I like this one better. I still think I need to make sure her voice is solid. I need to make sure her voice is solid, because this main female character is definitely, she's different from my previous main female characters. Very different. She's different from Abuelewa. She's very different from Nevaeh. If you've read Nevaeh of Love and Tears, you know what I'm talking about. She's very different. She's different from Angel, who is my main character for my book, To Love A Maiden. She's very different from her. She's different from Sophia, who is my main character of Under the Lesser Light. Now, Sophia was that's a different story. And she's also very different from, what's the last one? Ifunanya. Ifunanya is my main female character of A Bride for the Prince. So she's also different from her. But so she's very different, but at the same time, she kind of, I just can't wait to share her with you guys, because she is, I put a piece of me in her, and you guys, I'm definitely going to share more about that later on, when the book is out. But yeah, she's just very different. She's gonna need a lot of character, a lot of like character development, a lot of growth, because from the very beginning, hopefully you guys like her and can relate to her. She's gonna need a lot of growth. And I don't know if I told you guys this. I ended up making her 22. I think when I started, I think she was 19. And I was like, that is just so young. Especially being a dad's best friend romance. I don't think I was comfortable with her being in her teens. I wanted her to be an adult, like an actual adult. I mean, 19 is an adult technically, but that's like almost like young adult. That's like really, really young, sort of. So I wanted her to be at least 21. So from 19, I went on to make her 20, but that was still kind of young. And yeah, I didn't want her to be working on. Let's see if you guys can see this sausage. Yeah, that was still kind of young. 20 was too young. I didn't want her to be 20. So I think I made her 21. I just kept increasing, moving up on the age, until I got to a point where I was, I got comfortable with it. Like, okay, so 22, I think 22 is going to be the final one. Now, I don't know. Maybe I might make her 23. I don't want her to be, because I wanted her to be, either in college or just graduated college. But I don't want it to be like, like years after after she's graduated college. So I made her 22. I guess 21 can work, because 21 people graduate college at 21. But I made her 22 because, I just think that'll work better. So yeah, I'm comfortable with her being 22. I think that'll work for the dad's best friend romance. And I'm not gonna tell you guys how old the dad's best friend is. But you guys are gonna find that out anyway. But I made her 22, and I think that age will work. So we'll see how this goes this time around. I don't think I'm gonna do a lot of. I don't think I'll be doing a lot of work, because yesterday when I went through the copy and paste, I said I was gonna read through the second draft and make notes of what I needed to change. So I ended up like really just kind of scamming through it. I didn't really like immerse myself like really reading the story. I read it really quickly yesterday. I read really quickly. Like I just like went through it and made notes as I went. And I selected like the main male character's point of view. I selected that out, and like, because I'm trying to make this. I want to make this a one-person point of view. So it's going to be a first-person point of view, but in the voice of the main female character. Now that I'm almost done with the first chapter and writing it. I'm definitely reading through every line to see what needs to change, and I'm changing as I go for the third draft. Some scenes I will, of course, definitely rewrite, and others I'll just, tweak the scenes and move forward. I'll just tweak the scenes for others and move forward. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I just can't wait to share with you guys, because this story is one that I think I mentioned this before. My other books, I didn't go through developmental editing like a professional editor. I did do beta readers. I did have beta readers for my other books, but that was because I published the books on Wattpad and Inkit, most of them, before and having real time readers reading as I went, as I wrote the book, and I was publishing it serially on Wattpad and Inkit. So it was very easy to have that real time feedback. So that was what I banked on, and that was what I relied on to publish my other books. But this one around, I'm definitely going to be having a professional editor, or at least a manuscript critique professional to look at it, before it gets published. I'm going to have, a professional look at it. So that's the plan. That's what I want to do. So I'm really excited for this, because it's going to be my first time really doing that. So technically, I want to say that this will be my first book, but I'm not gonna say it because that's not true. I have published books on Amazon, but this is gonna be the first one that I'm going to be inviting like professionals to like look at it before it gets published. I'm excited for that because I know that a finished product is gonna be better and way better than my other books, and I'm looking forward to that because we learn as we go in this industry. You just have to learn by doing it, and you make mistakes and you learn, and and that's just what it's about. You make mistakes and you learn. It's not going to be perfect the first time. Maybe it's perfect for some, I don't know. But in the industry, what I've learned so far is that your first book may not be a hit, and you may make some mistakes in your first your first couple of books that you regret. But the thing is, when you pull those mistakes together and you bring that experience into the book that you're working on, or the books that you're going to be working on, it really makes a difference. And I know this because as I publish my books, the first books that I published, I have 5 books now on Amazon, like I mentioned. You know, the process got better in a sense, and I learned more. And the more I learned, the more I applied it to the books. So I know that this one I have learned so much from those first 5 books that I published on Wattpad and Inkit. First, I've learned so much, even from feedback from my readers, that I'm applying everything to this book and on my experience, all my experience too. And I'm excited for you guys to see this book, and I'm excited to share it. And I think after this third draft, I have an unofficial release date in my head. I haven't put this on Amazon. I haven't announced this yet to anybody. I mean, I did tell my husband. I think I talked about it in a video actually. I was thinking in December-ish or November. But I'm definitely excited, and I think after this third draft things are gonna be much more cleaner, for sure. And yeah, I'm excited, and I'm just excited for you guys to see it. I know this is long. I'm gonna stop this video here for now. I don't know if I'm gonna update you guys again. I don't know if I'm gonna come on and vlog, um, but. So far, that's what I have. Still working on the first chapter. So, we will see how things go with this first chapter, and, see how things go with subsequent chapters. So, ooh, I love scrambled eggs and sausage and onions and garlic and ginger. It's really good, guys. But we'll see where things go with this, and I'm going to keep working on it. I do have a deadline for when I want to finish this third draft. Let me go check. I don't remember what my deadline was. Let me check my calendar. I don't remember what my deadline was. I'm looking at my calendar right now. It might have been the end of September, because I put on here, begin, copy and paste, read through notes. And then I have on here, send draft back, take a break from the draft. Oh, that's the 29th of September. But I don't think I'm going to be taking any breaks, honestly, because I feel like at some point I just want to keep going until I finish the book. So by the end of the month of September, that's a long time to work in the third draft, which I think that's a good enough time. So I have a little over a month to finish this third draft. So I'm really going to be doing a lot of work, and I might slow things down with it just so I can make it worth it. Because I have so much time for that. So I'm going to be taking my time to really, really solidify a lot of things in this third draft. Because I don't want it to be like, yes, it's still like, it's a third draft. It's not the final version. But I want it to be at a very, very good place to where it's almost ready to be published. But I know it's not. It's not going to be, in a sense, like just to have a sense of like readiness. So if it's going to take me a little over a month, about 5 weeks to work in this third draft, I think that's a good time to really work on it. I'll probably have to be rewriting certain things and making sure things are tight. So I'm going to be doing some editing, rewriting of this draft, definitely. So hopefully that doesn't slow me down too much. Doing that, and yeah, so by the end of next month, I'll see where things are, and I might just go ahead and just set a release date. We'll see. I really want to do it. I really, really want to do it. but I just want to make sure that the book is at a good place to where I'm confident that it's going to be released at the date that I set for it to be released, you know. Um, so I'm gonna update you guys later. I don't know if I'm gonna come back today, or this is gonna be the end of the vlog, or I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm gonna have breakfast, gonna sweep this place, and just go on about my day. But I'll check in with you guys later. If not today, maybe tomorrow or maybe some other time. But I'll check in with you guys later. Peace.